Good morning. My name is Claudia Brown Coulter with Brownie Culture. I'm a divorce mediator and I help you create a customized divorce so that you can uncouple consciously and respectfully. So the title of this video is An Ideal Divorce. I know, right? You're like, that's crazy. You're like, that's crazy. I can't have, girl, I was in a Hallmark movie. When I met her, we were the stars of a Hallmark movie, and now I found myself in a Lifetime movie. I don't like this. Real quick, I don't know if Lifetime and Hallmark are only in the States and maybe Canada. If you're not familiar, in a Hallmark movie, it's very clear that someone's going to fall in love. That it's very predictable. It's going to end. They're going to be in love. They're going to choose the right person. In a Lifetime movie, somebody dies, except at Christmas time. In a Lifetime movie, somebody dies. He has an affair, and the affair partner decides to kill the wife. Or he married someone he didn't know had a twin, and the twin tries to kill him. It's really bad. So you're like, I thought I was starring in a Hallmark movie, and now my life has turned into a Lifetime movie. I don't like this. I can't have an ideal divorce. You know, honey, that's just not true. So you may not have the most ideal divorce, but a lot of it depends on you. So we're talking about what you can do, and hopefully your spouse will join you in this as you decide to end your marriage. An ideal divorce, you think about Gwyneth Paltrow, we've decided to consciously uncouple. You know what that is? That's mediation. That works. We like that. It's better for everyone. So I'm going to go through this list of things that I think would help you have an ideal divorce. And what I would like you to do is just try to see if there's anything that you can do from this list to make your divorce better. Because if you make your divorce better, guess who ends out better? You do. All right. So if you're joining me live, please go ahead and let me know where you're tuning in from or just say hello. And if you're catching the replay, go ahead and hashtag replay. So, on your road to getting out of that Lifetime studio and back into Hallmark for your ideal divorce, because then you know at the Hallmark movie you divorce and then you meet somebody else and then it's like you in a new movie. It's great. It can happen for you. I know I'm silly. It's early. It's Monday morning, but hey, let's enjoy this. Divorce is painful, so let's laugh a little bit. Okay, so in order to have an ideal divorce, both of you should agree together that you need a divorce. Okay, you know what? This ain't working no more. We need a divorce. Okay. Then the next thing I want you to do is take yourself to therapy. Take yourself to therapy. It is good for you. Everybody should be in therapy at some point in their lives. It is good. We need a little bit of therapy in our lives. Take yourself to therapy, even though you're like, but we're getting along and everything's fine. It's still a lot to process. It is still the death of a relationship, the death of dreams. Go ahead and take yourself to therapy. It will help you a ton. Then, and this actually might be one of the hardest parts. If you have children, the best thing you can do is to tell them together, even if they're adult children. But it's better for your kids. And then they can see, okay, well, mom and dad are mom and mom, or dad and dad, they're working together. So, it's uncomfortable for them, but they're like, oh, but at least, okay, I think they still love us, right? So those are the things you want to reassure your kids. Oh, we still love you. We're working together. We still respect one another. We're a family still. We're just in different places. Things are changing, but this is going to make your life healthier and our lives healthier, and it's going to be better. Oh, I'm leaning in a lot. I'm excited about this. If you have a home that you've purchased together, or maybe one person purchased, or they inherited the home and you know that they're going to keep the home, and you've decided, okay, there's going to be some sort of buyout or sell or something like that. If you're the party who needs to move, okay, and then the other party, if you're the other party, assist that party who's moving out. Help them. Help them find a place, or help them move, or help them put their stuff in storage, or buy them new towels. Like it, you're going from two incomes, mostly two incomes to support one house, to two incomes to support two households. So if you can help your spouse move out, and it's not like This is not waiting to excel. You're not putting all of his stuff or all of her stuff in the car, in the driveway, lighting it on fire. And here in California, that's not legal. Don't do that. Okay? You are actually helping them move out. Okay. Then you know you clear any bad juju out of your house when they're gone. All right. Don't tolerate friends or family talking bad about that person. And here is why. And this is hard, and it's going to be hard for them, and it's going to be hard for you. Your goal is to have an ideal divorce. So you don't want someone to rev you up or work you up and make you so angry that you're like, you know what? I'm getting a lawyer. I'm going to sue him. No. Okay, you're trying to have an ideal divorce. So what you have to do is you've got to kind of create this zone around you where you are free to think your thoughts without being poisoned by other people's good intentions. Because if they're talking I can't say what I want to say, but if they're talking about your ex or your soon to be ex, it's because they love you. It's because they support you. You know, they're just like, I got your back, which is great, but you've got to still get through this. And the least amount of poison that you can have put into you by well-meaning people, the better off you are. Here's another hard one. You're going to need to let friends choose who they choose to be friends with, whether they choose to be friends with you or your spouse. And then if they choose to be friends with both of you, you have to decide, am I really comfortable with that? And then if you're not comfortable with that, you can excuse yourself from the friendship, bless them and let them go, send them good juju, send them love, distance yourself, but allow them to choose. Don't make them choose, don't make them pick sides. You'll find out real quick who your friends are. And those other people who aren't your friends, let them go. Okay? Be like Elsa. Let it go, let it go. All right? And just, snow magic power. I think it's a hot day. I think that's what I'm thinking about. Snow. It's a hot day. All right. Look, we haven't even filed for divorce yet. We've not filed for divorce yet. But I want you to sit down with your spouse. If you can sit down with him or her and agree you need a divorce. Now, this one can come at any point, whether they've helped you move out or not, or before you tell your kids, but I just put it here. Agree on as much as possible as you can before you get anyone else involved. Before you go fill out paperwork, before you try to find an attorney, before you try to find a mediator, before you do anything like that, before you talk to your friend who works at the court, agree on as much as you possibly can beforehand. It'll do 3 things for you. It'll create peace in your post-marriage relationship. It'll save you time, and ding, 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 it'll save you money. All right, we all want to save money, right? So then your next step is to find a mediator, because we're having an ideal divorce. So we're not trying to go to war. We are not getting adversarial. There may be moments where you're like, okay, I'm mad. There's probably going to be a lot of moments. You probably might be even arguing while you're in mediation. But you've made a commitment, you have a deep moral conviction, or you just feel like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to have my business dragged through court. I don't want to take this time. I don't want to have to take all these days off of work. I don't want the expense of this. I am not going to court. I am not getting an attorney. So you go and you find a mediator. Hey, I'm a mediator. You can hire me. Okay, you can go to my website, browningculture.com, and you can click the link to get on a call where I will talk with you and your spouse together. All right? Okay. Then, now this one can be interchanged with the one before. You want to fill out your divorce paperwork. Some attorney mediators, they will have you meet with them and then fill out your paperwork there to file for divorce. I think that's a great idea. If you come to me and you have not yet filed, I'm going to send you to an outside resource for them to complete your paperwork. But here's why you want to do that before you want to meet with a mediator before you file for divorce, because then you can solve things like you can decide together, okay, how are we going to respond? Or are we both going to respond? Who's going to file? How are they going to be served? So there's no surprises. For example, I have a colleague that I worked with, and in the schools. And it didn't matter. He told his attorney, do not serve her this week. Do not serve her this week. Okay? We know this is ending, but don't serve her this week. She got served on her birthday in front of her colleagues and clients because she does hair. So she got served in her salon. Things got really contentious after that. And I'd be pretty mad if I got served on my birthday too. Okay, so it's a good idea to meet with the mediator and talk about that, of how you're going to do all that paperwork beforehand. So no one's surprised on their birthday or their dad doesn't die that day and they get served with divorce papers. God forbid. Okay. Now, as you proceed through your divorce, through your mediation, I want you to continue to think of the future. Don't think of the immediate, of right now I'm angry, or right now I'm hurt, or right now I'm scared, or right now I feel really stupid and I just need to get out of this. I can't believe I married her and I'm so embarrassed and I just have to get out of this and just get clean, wash my hands of her. Whatever I need, I'll settle whatever you need me. I'll give you whatever you want me to give you so I can get away. Take a breath. A breath. That was take a beat and take a breath at the same time. Take a beat, skip it, I don't know, whatever. Take a moment for yourself. And think of your future. In 5 weeks, will future you be happy you made that decision? What about 5 months? What about 5 years? Will your children, if you have children, be happy with that? What about property that you own? In 5 years, when property has accumulated in value and you decided, I just want to be done with her, and you just give it away, will you be happy about that? So you have to think about your future, all right? And then the other thing I want you to think about is, this is why you have a mediator. You need to think about people, you need to think about things from other people's perspectives. So, when we are married or we are in a long-term relationship, there are so many little dents and dings that we get that we can't always hear the intent of what the other person is saying because there's so much underneath it. There's so many layers of hurt that have happened where all you hear is like, well, the last time you said that to me, you were lying. And they might still be lying, so you just keep that up. You just keep that guard up. You just keep that perspective. That's fine. But me as a mediator, I don't know you. I'm not in your marriage, thank God, right? There are 2 people being married, not 3 or 4 or 5. I don't need to be in your marriage. The beauty of having a third party is I could be like, well, that's not what I heard. I don't think he meant that. The way you're interpreting that, I don't think she meant that. This is what I heard. Can you clarify? This is what I heard. Is that what you meant when you said that? And be open to that, okay? And that's really where a mediator can help you. All right, so you were having an ideal divorce, right? And you're like, okay, we getting divorced. We stopped this Lifetime movie. We're back on a Hallmark movie. It's great. Oh, it's still a divorce. So I need you to practice some self-care. Go get your nails done. Gentlemen, go get your nails done. They don't have to put polish on them. Have somebody rub your feet, rub your hands, wear a mask. But go do that. Go take care of yourself. Get a massage. Go play your favorite sport. Go to the movies whenever they open again, Lord help us. Like, do whatever you can do to make yourself happy, to help you, to help you heal. Because even though you're having an ideal divorce, it's still a death. It's still sad. It's still hard. It's still a very, very hard transition. Now, do not overindulge. Do not self-medicate. Do not numb out. If you numb out, then you are never, no. It's going to take you longer to process all of your emotions from divorce. I'm not a therapist, but I've been through divorce. Don't numb out. It's not going to help you. And you're not going to be able to make good and conscious future related decisions today if you're numb. Don't overindulge. That's not healthy for you. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you something really easy to do. Work on forgiveness and releasing bitterness. Like, you crazy, Claudia. I know. I know I'm crazy. But I also know that in order for you to leave this relationship and fully untether yourself, fully disconnect your heart and your emotions so that you can move on and have a more successful relationship, you have to work on forgiveness and you have to work on releasing bitterness. And you know what? It's not one little thing. It's not, and we could, you know what? I should do a series on what is forgiveness, just like I did a couple videos about an apologies. But forgiveness, okay, forgiveness is not forgetting. Forgiveness is not excusal. Forgiveness is not even for the other person, it's for you. So you're working on forgiveness, you're working on releasing bitterness. It's not easy, it's not going to happen overnight. It might take a long time, but do that work. Because if nothing else, you will be better for it. And you know what? Your physical body, you can radiate life and health. Your physical body feels better when you release bitterness. All right. So then do some sort of vow break. Even if you're the only one, like some people have like divorce ceremonies. I wouldn't have done that. I did not have an ideal divorce. We can talk about that at another time when I'm ready to share all those details. I would not have done that, but you can do, and that's cool. Like if you do that, invite me. I want to come. I want to see that. And that I think that's great. And some traditions I know in the Jewish tradition, they have a get. So that's like a divorce type of ceremony. But complete some sort of vow break, even if it's just a letter you write to your ex, you break your vows that you took in your marriage. You can, and you don't send it to them, but do something symbolic for yourself to end that in a way that's not legal. So there's a legal ending to your marriage, and that's what I assist you in doing, but some sort of spiritual, emotional ending to your marriage. Do some sort of vow break. Speak well of your ex in front of your kids. Let them decide what type of parent their other parent is. Don't make that decision for them. Speak very well of your ex in front of your kids. There were some good things about them. Otherwise, you wouldn't have married them. There were some positive things that you gleaned from that relationship. So share that. Okay. Celebrate your divorce in your own way and in your own time. Celebrate your divorce. I know this woman who is a very successful woman, and her husband, she's a friend of mine. Her husband would not, so I'm not breaking confidentiality. Her husband would not give her a divorce, and it was just asking for all this kind of money. You know, she finally got a divorce, and people would be like, "I'm so sorry that you're divorced." She's like, "Why? I'm not. I am so glad. This is the best thing that happened to me." Now, my hope is that all of you will get there at one point where you're like, you know what? I did things right. I'm done. I'm glad I learned my lessons from this relationship. It is over. I am so grateful. Okay. So celebrate your divorce, whether that you have a little party, or you go on a vacation, or you just go out for a nice fancy dinner. Celebrate your divorce with the people that you love. And then my last piece of advice to you is enjoy being single for a time. Don't rush in. Even if your marriage got broken up because you had an affair, that's not your next marriage. Marrying the person you had an affair with is not the best way to start your new life with that person, right? Because your relationship was founded on deceit. Whether you think so or not, there was some deceit with your ex. So don't jump into a full-time relationship with that person, cool your jets on that for a little bit. Don't get married right away, especially to that person. Cool your jets on that. Enjoy being single for a while. Enjoy that. You know, there are a lot of married people who are happily married who wish they were single again. Enjoy being single. Don't rush into anything. You don't have to be single, moms. You don't have to be like, well, I will start dating when my kids are grown. You mean when you get all old? No, you don't have to wait. Don't wait. Don't wait that long. But give yourself, give yourself a little bit of time before you get out there. All right. So thank you for listening to this long list and rant by me. It's not really a rant. I really want to help you. I really want you to know that it is possible for you to have an ideal divorce. So even if your ex is, even if you're like, girl, there is no way that I could do any of this with him. I can't do any of this with her. She is so unreasonable. What can you do? What can you do from these list of suggestions that can make your divorce more ideal for you? Or if you are already divorced and you're watching this, thank you. What did you do? What are some of these things that you did do that made your divorce better for you? I will type up this list and get it posted tomorrow for you so that you can review this video or you can review the post tomorrow. And I'll be back on Wednesday at 10 a.m. to talk about online mediation, what that looks like if you decide to work with me. So once again, I am Claudia Brown Coulter from Brownie Culture. I know that divorce can be scary, but I'm here to help you stay calm and be empowered. I have faith in you. I know you can do this. And guess what? Your life is only going to get better. All right. I will see you guys on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Have a great day.